Hello and welcome to our webinar today. Inner Wings is Flying High, Confidence Building for Primary Children, UK and internationally. And I'm here today to have an interview with Ilaria Magagnoli, Trustee and Programme Director at Inner Wings. You'll discover how Inner Wings is making an impact through its free confidence building programs for primary age children, both in the UK and with international schools. You'll learn about the importance of building confidence and resilience in primary age children, how you can become a partner school, and first of all, I'm going to introduce you to our guest today, Ilaria Magagnoli. Hello, lovely to see you, Ilaria.
Hello, Fiona. Lovely to see you again. Thank you for having us.
So it's been wonderful for us to have this connection with Inner Wings, which has been going for a few years now. And I know people are keen to hear about what you do. So can you just tell us a little bit about the charity and its main aims?
Of course, Fiona, I'd love to do that. So Inner Wings is a confidence building foundation. And at Inner Wings, we focus basically on prevention over cure in terms of giving children, especially those from disadvantaged background and those who need it most, the tools to look after their mental well-being, to process and express their emotions, and to build their confidence and resilience now and in the future. How we do that, it's through free programs, like you said. We train teachers to deliver the programs within their schools and with fun and interactive sessions. And we establish partnerships with such schools, primary schools, and we believe that building self-worth and strong communication skills is key early to foster confidence for the future.
And what's the journey looked like with Inner Wings since post-COVID? Because I know it's knocked a lot of children's confidence, and there have been less children returning to school in some areas. So what are your views on that?
So we found our charity, as you can see, is relatively young. And in fact, it was launched in July 2020, so during the COVID pandemic. And we have found that our growth has been incredibly fast, which talks a lot of the real need of children and teachers and schools recognizing, like you say, that confidence is a key issue and something that it's important to target. So in our first year, we introduced our first program, Finding Your Superpower, in September 2021. And in the first year, we had about 50 schools with 100 teachers trained and 1,500 children going through our programs. By the end of the second year, September 2022, we'd introduced our second program, which is Finding Your Voice. It's about learning to communicate and share your passion. And we already had 120 partner schools and 400 teachers trained and 10,000 children going through our programs. And then at the end of last academic year, our third year, we had 20,000 children with 750 teachers trained and about 170 partner schools. So you can see, the trajectory is amazing, and we're very proud of it. We have a very lean organization. We have staff, incredibly capable staff who create great partnerships with the schools and the teachers. And we're very proud of that.
Yes, and huge enthusiasm and passion, I know from the team as well.
Absolutely.
Yes, so it's important for schools, teachers, and obviously the children themselves. And then I was very fortunate to be invited to the wonderful launch of the Inner Wings Advisory Council, which was only a few weeks ago. And that was really exciting because it was at the House of Lords, and who wouldn't be excited by that? And then amazingly, you had some of the wonderful children from primary schools that had been part of the programme, and also some of their teachers
Yes.
and social workers and supporters. So do tell everyone a bit about that exciting occasion, why you had it,
Yes.
and then a bit about how the children and teachers got involved.
Of course. So I'm still buzzing like you. I mean, I remember we had a great chat on that occasion. I'm still buzzing from the launch of our advisory council, which happened in the House of Lords in September. So the advisory council comprises leaders from politics, business, and academia, and who are all dedicated to initiatives like Inner Wings, providing confidence and courage to the leaders of tomorrow. And like you say, we had teachers and children, and of course, I literally think that there wasn't a dry eye in the room when the children were speaking in front of this frankly petrifying audience of people in suits and their finery in the House of Lords. And these children were incredible at being able to share what they felt the impact of these programs was, which of course proved that, you know, the skills that we teach them can be taken on and just outside, even outside of the classroom. And like you say, the teachers, it was great to see their lived experience of seeing the difference in these groups of children across year groups and across whole of schools. It made us very, very proud and just confirmed our, like you say, enthusiasm. In terms of the advisory council, if I may, I mean, it's comprises of, as I said, leaders such as, I mean, Baroness Mary Goody, who was the hostess of the event. She has been, she's a senior member of the House of Lords and an advocate for women and children's rights, and a founder of the 30% Club promoting women on boards. We have Christine Ashton, who is the CIO of UKRI and one of the top 50 UK tech influencers. We have Iveta Kabachoba, who is CFO and COO at 1E and co-founder of SheSAS, which is a female leadership network in software. We have Caroline Dawson, CEO of Founders Forum Group, a leading initiative for global entrepreneurs, and Graham Laurie, MBE, partnership director at ACS International Schools, of course, that you know, and also honored with an MBE for contributions in education. And I can just announce or pre-announce a soft launch. We are very excited at the prospect of welcoming Professor Irene Tracy, Vice Chancellor at the University of Oxford, who, and of course, all these amazing leaders are helping to provide strategic guidance and increase our reach for what we all want, which is reach as many children as possible with our programs.
Excellent. So perhaps you can tell us a bit about what the teachers and children were saying about the impact of the programs, which I think you've got on the slide, but is also very well illustrated in your annual report, which people can download.
Yes, of course. So we have every year the annual report, as I said before, talked about, you know, the amazing growth that we have, and we track. We're very keen to track impacts of our programs, because of course all our programs are evidence-based, and we want to see that what we do has an impact, not just short-term but also longer term. So of course the top aim is the children themselves, and 80% of the children that we survey that go through our programs feel that they are more confident after completing our programs. And also 3/4 of the teachers notice a positive change in their students. And we do some of these surveys also with the teachers, and the score is consistently high, and so that gives us great pleasure to know that we are on the right track, as I said, with these kind of partnerships with schools. And one thing that I always love to highlight is, to see that parents, teachers, and students see that it is making a difference. And so, I learned to be more confident. It's something that we learn, and I learned about my superpowers. I learned to speak in public. Those are the kind of things that we hear, and here you have some of the lovely testimonials from some of the students and teachers.
Mm. And of course, the children are very sort of authentic and speak very confidently, but you as a psychologist as well, can you just make a comment about why it's so important to engage with children while they're still at primary level? Because I think parents and teachers would be really interested in that.
Of course. So yes, as I was saying before, all our programs are evidence-based, and the vast majority of the evidence, psychological research shows that it is paramount to shore up, I call it the confidence fuel tank of young children, because it is statistically proven that confidence tends to drop between the ages of about 8 or 9 and early teens, so 13, 14, especially in girls, but not only in girls. And therefore, we believe that it's important to prevention over cure, as I said at the start, to get there early and make sure that they feel good about themselves. So that's why we have the programs that we have already introduced, and we have a new one coming up. And they speak to basically the core needs of children. So satisfaction, which is finding your superpower, which is about finding what feels good about yourself and sharing it with the world, learning to be with other people and feel and share what's your authentic passions are. Communication, which is our second program, which is finding your voice, and it's about giving children the skills to share their authentic voice with in one-on-one exchanges or in front of an audience. And it's also about learning to give and receive feedback and celebrating, trying out new things, finding opportunities where you feel a challenge, learning to understand your emotions and turn them into excitement and willingness to try new things. And then we have a third program that's in the works at the moment, very exciting, which is about shoring up your self-esteem and putting together the kind of mind and body appreciation. Because of course, as we know, especially during teenage years, children tend to find a lot of challenges with body image and, of course, eating and all sorts of, societal influences. And so we believe that it's very important for them to feel good about themselves, in and of themselves. And so that's what the third program is going to be looking at.
And when are we likely to see that launched in schools, do you think?
So that will be September 2025, because the way we do the programs, we have psychologists, we have coaches, we have educators all working on these programs, and then we pilot them first before introducing them to, and we produce handbooks that we introduce to the schools.
Yes, excellent. And I know from all the images that you share with us and the presentations that we've had from Inner Wings, that it all looks tremendous fun. And yes, the children really enjoy it, but also teachers and training the teachers. Can you just explain, if a school doesn't get involved, how does that work for them? And it doesn't look at all a chore from what I've seen.
Well, that's been from the very start. That's been one of our key aims, has been to make it as easy for the teachers. As I said, we partner up with the schools, and then teachers get trained by our staff into these handbooks, and each program has a very clear handbook with sessions, and usually it's 6 sessions so that they're easy to introduce within a term. And each session has activities, has key learning objectives for the teachers that line up with the PSHE curriculum, and the teacher can just take all the material and apply it in the classroom environment, and sometimes it's done on a classroom by classroom basis, or even year groups, or sometimes it's done in a targeted group where the school highlights some children who needs confidence the most. And it works very well in in all occasions. So that's why we say it's highly tailored, but also very bespoke.
Mm. And the children seem to absolutely love the programs that are delivered.
Yes, so everything is evidence-based, and we talk a lot about, psychology and why we do these things, and of course, growth mindset. But the key is that we translate it into age-appropriate language and activities for the children. So the children don't feel that they're getting a lecture on behavior or psychology or those kind of things. It's all fun, and the idea is to get them to practice the skills that we want them to acquire. So, they do that through games and activities, and then a lot of the feedback we get is that they're able to then apply it to other areas of their school curriculum and outside. So, for example, in Finding Your Voice, we talk about pre-performance anxiety before a presentation, but that's applicable to before a test, a maths test, or before a music recital or a drama production, or if you have to give a presentation in front of your school. And therefore, it's wonderful to see that these skills really are for life.
Absolutely. And then excitingly for our audience, which does include a lot of international schools and international parents, you're now taking the training and these free training courses, programs over to countries overseas. I think you've already delivered to India, Kenya, and the UAE. Is that right?
Yes, indeed, and Vietnam. Yes, we're always open and very happy to collaborate with more schools, and all of our resources are online, and the training is all done virtually, remotely. Therefore, it's fully scalable internationally to any English-speaking school around the world. They can implement the program and have the support of our staff globally, and we're very, very excited to, of course, grow the children audience across the world.
Brilliant, great. Right, so anything more you have to tell us? Wonderful resources, I think. Shall we have a look at that slide?
Yes, so of course our main touch point with the children are the programs, but also we have some wonderful resources for parents and teachers to use at home and in the classroom. We have YouTube channels with lots of podcast information, mini series that you can do at home of Finding Your Superpower, which was launched during COVID time, but is still very popular with parents. And also we have our co-founder, Melissa Di Donato, who is a fantastic role model, CEO of Kyriba, and one of the most influential women in tech globally recognized. And she has written these lovely books about self-confidence and courage and inclusivity and celebrating your authenticity and your special gifts.
So lots there for schools also who are aspirational about what their young people may achieve in STEM subjects and entrepreneurs and programming and all sorts of things. So yes, that really is exciting.
Absolutely. That's what we believe. We believe that once the children have the self-confidence and self-esteem and courage, they can make more authentic choices. And that includes going for those STEM subjects that everybody seems to be concentrating on. But it's important for our future and the future of the next generation, which is what we're looking for.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Ilaria, for joining today. It's been a fascinating conversation, and I would urge everyone to get involved and find out more about Inner Wings and how they can participate. And also as well, if you're not a school yourself, but don't forget you may be on a PTA or a school governor, but you can always donate and do a fundraising coffee morning or whatever. And there's a wonderful team behind Inner Wings, which includes Ellen Shustic, Director of Programmes and Outreach, who some of you may have already met. And they'd be delighted to get you more involved. So thank you very much, Ilaria, for joining us today. And we look forward to the next rocket rise in programs and children graduating through the program, and good luck in your design of the new third program too.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Fiona. Thank you for having us. It's lovely to always see you and chat about these things.
Thank you very much. So that was Ilaria Magagnoli, who was speaking about Inner Wings, and here are the details of how you can get in touch with Inner Wings, whether you want to find out more about the programs and the superpower and finding your voice, plus the new program coming out next year. And do, of course, go onto the website, and you're very welcome to make a donation. So there's all the contact details there, and of course they're available to follow and join in on social media. And so here are details of Ilaria, who generously gave her time today. As you can see, she's highly qualified to be supporting their programme development, and herself came from a financial background. And I'm Fiona Murchie, Managing Editor and CEO of Think Global People and Relocate Global. And we are delighted that you could join us today as part of our International Education and Schools Fair. And whatever sector you are in, I'm sure you'll find this Inner Wings charity something you'd like to support. Relocate Global and Think Global People have a full range of resources that are freely available on both our websites, including a large series of educational webinar recordings and schools programs. So please log on to the website and also look at our international and featured schools around the world. Enjoy our digital magazine, and you can see more details of Inner Wings in our autumn issue. And take advantage of the education supplement and our schools fair in November and March each year. Thank you for joining us.